encouraged by their opponent's inconsistency at times this season.
Yeah, when you say it like that, it does seem like it's going to be a very straightforward afternoon of football. The team in form. The team very much out of form.
Let me do this.
Team in form at home. Crowd behind them. The Premier League doesn't always give us that, does it? I think it's always showed over the past. You have to actually go out and win the games. You have to be able to compete before you actually show your quality through. So that's where Burnley are starting the game plan today. Try and be as competitive as possible.
And as ever, we have an atmosphere at Anfield. Trying to get behind their side to really boost the cause. Incidentally, in the Premier League era, Liverpool have never failed to win all 3 home league games against newly promoted sides in a single season. Already been held here by Leeds United and Sunderland. So an unwanted record could be on the horizon should they not prosper here today.
I certainly can't claim that Slot hasn't quite attacking both of his fullbacks today. New signings in the summer, both probably hadn't at the start of the Liverpool careers that they would have liked, that Arne Slot would have liked today. I think this is an opportunity. He feels where Liverpool will have a lot of possession of the ball. Maybe he can get them into advanced positions. Maybe show them what they were brought in for.
Virgil van Dijk.
Here is Milos Kerkez for Virgil van Dijk. Pinging it out towards Jeremy Frimpong. For his attacking ability by Arne Slot pre-match, also his ability to slot into those defensive areas. I think he was signed as a right back primarily, and they hoped that he could go straight into the team. Plays Trent Alexander-Arnold on that side, show a lot of brightness, attacking intent, not necessarily on the ball in the same way Trent did, but certainly with his marauding runs down the right hand side. Obviously hit by a few injuries, but I think you've seen certainly in the last few weeks, that trip to Arsenal in particular, Ori can offer going forward. I think his pace is exceptional. I do think there's a question mark about him defensively in that area at the moment. You can only answer them by playing minutes and playing games and actually prove it to people when he's out there on the pitch. Kerkez stepping away from Edwards with ease. Shoulders wide. Kerkez. It's a beautiful run, and it was just about scooped away in the nick of time by Lucas Pires.
Oh, it's brilliant defending. Right at the very end after some wonderful work from Milos Kerkez. Brilliant pass from Szoboszlai, well timed. He just needed one touch too many. I mean, he could have took that first touch out of his foot to where he needed. He wouldn't have needed that second touch, which is the one. That touch there just gave opposition defenders Pires the opportunity to get back and make a wonderful interception.
Curtis Jones was prowling for his first goal in over a year. As it is, it's a Cody Gakpo corner. Didn't they charge? Dubravka didn't take control. Burnley just about see it away. Here's Van Dijk, keeps it alive for Szoboszlai. Left by Ekitike for Gakpo, for Kerkez. And the pressure already starting to build on Burnley.
Liverpool.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. That one ricocheted back off him for a goal kick, but they started rightly, certainly down the left-hand side, Liverpool. That's Kerkez in particular. I feel that it would better suit Liverpool to play at a high tempo. Be a bit more forceful with the passes, actually try and really risk the ball at times. It's been a bright start for the Reds.
Well, they're unbeaten in 11 matches, 6 wins, 5 draws, but Arne Slot's convinced his side has much more to give. Been some wonderful moments this season, there have been some frustrations too. There's Kanate. Frimpong. Curtis Jones had it, let it slip. Burnley go in search of what would give them a lively start. Jadon Anthony never shy to shoot.
Yeah, no surprise he's involved. As I say, Bright onto a mistake from Curtis Jones and decided to take the effort on himself. Had to be something special to beat Alisson Becker from there. That's what Burnley have to do when a get the opportunity, they have to be attentive, they have to go and win the ball back, they have to make contact and try and use that to spring forward.
Here's Frimpong. Back for Konate.
Just a little pause and
Making the run like a centre forward. Very keen to get in on the attacking act today. Jones challenged by Anthony. Put away from Allison. Unsurprisingly, Liverpool huge favourites to win here because of being at home and also the way the table looks, the way the squads look on paper. Going to try and find a way to make that quality count over the course of 90 minutes. Here's Frimpong. And again, searching for Florian Wirtz, who's really come to the fore in Liverpool colours in recent weeks.
He's looked brighter, hasn't he? A lot more like the player that Liverpool thought they were buying when they first brought him in. Took a little bit of time to settle, didn't he? I mean, I think he's been unfortunate in terms of people finishing his chances. He has been a player that created chances, has been a player that's been in good positions to score without always being found. I do think he's actually flourished in the absence of Mo Salah. Sometimes a team can't take two big hitters, two big players full of characters.
It was a good point that in order to get an assist, somebody has to finish off your good work. If that person doesn't apply the touch, you don't get the assist.
Yeah, he's created a number of chances. I've also seen on occasion he's been in great positions for tap-ins if he could have been found, but that wasn't the case. Ended up, on paper anyway, really slow start to his Liverpool career, but just of recent weeks, as I say, in the absence of Mo Salah, he seemed to have stepped up and started to really find that end product to the game.
Crazy to think as well, he's just 22 years of age. A lot of football has to come in the years ahead. Here's Van Dijk. Missing out Kirkes initially to find Gakpo. And towards Szoboszlai. Kirkes now. Szoboszlai once again. Only working hard to try and win it back. It's Kyle Walker who pushes Liverpool all the way back to Allison. Nicely turned around the corner by Van Dijk.
That's good from Burnley up to a point. And Van Dijk in his own half, facing the wrong way, under pressure, but can't allow him to just turn and float a left foot pass down the channel into a midfield runner in space. A lot of times when Liverpool have an awful lot of possession of the ball, push Burnley backwards. They do intend to come out as a team.
It's beautifully done. Looking for Szoboszlai. Alvin Birch moves it on. This is Gakpo now. Szoboszlai thought about it. Alvin Birch just ran out of steam. Outnumbered by Burnley, who march forward. Heavy touch from Edwards, seized upon by Kirkes.
Big opportunity now for Burnley. 4 players forward, maybe against 3, but he could have got his touch correctly.
Gakpo bounces off to Anterbi.
I think this will be the pattern of the game. I think you'd expect Liverpool to probe and try and be patient, wait for the opening, the opportunity, and then trying to frustrate them. And they do get the ball back, trying to burst forward.
Loose from Walker, likewise from Van Dijk. This time for Szoboszlai. Just looked up to assess the positioning of Martin de Bruyne.
Yeah, it may have been worth a goal. Bruyne played a reasonable ball into Kyle Walker there, just didn't realise nobody was around him. Oh, he got his own goalkeeper caught out.
Szoboszlai does have that ability to strike them from that kind of distance, as does Wirtz. Straight hit the Richoku. Sent off late on in the reverse fixture with a few minutes to go, and of course in added time Liverpool made their numerical advantage count. It's Gakpo. Just go back just when Burnley needed him to step in.
Yeah, important figure for them. They're going to be asked to do that an awful lot as this Burnley backline gets pretty pressed all over the place. I think Liverpool's fullbacks could be key today. They're getting in the wide areas, getting around those wingers, or just allowing that space for the likes of Cody Gakpo to come inside.
That's the first touch from Andy Mann. Starting again. Jones. Frimpong sets off. And he's found. Looks for Szoboszlai. Couldn't quite get the angle he wanted. The intent was there though from Liverpool.
Yeah, good bodies forward. I'm surprised Frimpong is the one peering down that right-hand side. I would have thought that to deliver the ball in, and thankfully for Liverpool, bodies in the box. Quite the contact he needed.
A bit of discussion about his contact on the ball in the Liverpool penalty area the other night in the FA Cup. Barnsley claiming it was disrespectful, the back heel towards Alisson that went wrong. You can make up your own mind on that, incidentally.
Yeah, absolutely. Players can make back heels whenever they want. It's opposition's opportunity to try and make the most of it, which they did. Only to complain afterwards.
Special moment for former Liverpool youth player Adam Phillips as he scored at the Kop. Of course, Szoboszlai scored as Liverpool progressed. Both of these sides winning handsomely in the end in the FA Cup. Liverpool against Barnsley 4-1. Burnley against Millwall 5-1. It's Ekitike, who was one of the scorers off the bench for Liverpool.
His influence on this game so far. What he inverts. Thought he may be starting on that right-hand side, but he's actually popping up all over the midfield. Here he is on the left. And the ball, finding spaces. An awful lot of aggressive passes forward.
It's Kirkes makes something out of nothing really there. Szoboszlai, why not? Once again, Ugochukwu in the way. Gakpo. Watched all the way by Pires. A right on tussle for the ball. Goes in favour of Marcus Edwards.
Yeah, good from Edwards. Just allowing that contact to come in. His team probably needed that, just needed a breather. Scott Parker's men been on the back foot the majority of the first 13 minutes.
And he was really pleased with his team's performance against Manchester United, but added that you need more in the Premier League than fight and togetherness. You need that quality as well.
Yeah, absolutely. To win any Premier League football match, you can't concede 4 goals. You know, it's as simple as that. I mean, rare in the record books that's ever happened. So, yes, they have to show quality and possession. Yes, they have to continue to score goals in games like they did. They have to be better defensively.
Liverpool enjoying the overwhelming majority of possession, 77 to 23 percentage terms. Chance here for Burnley to stretch their attacking legs. Pires. The idea was right, but it was a little too strong for Bashir Humphreys.
Yeah, I think Frimpong just read it. I think he just stepped out at the right moment, which meant Humphreys didn't fancy his chances. A little bit better from Burnley. A bit of a spell of possession in Liverpool's half. I think their manager appreciated that ended up in an Everton goal.
Anthony.
Don't worry.
Liverpool have been comfortable so far in possession of the ball, but there have been a few passes that have been a bit rough around the edges that Burnley will look to try and exploit if they keep coming their way. Jaden Anthony here looking to hurl one maybe, will go short instead to Esteve. Finds a way through all too easily. Chukwu was there, so was Perez. And Florentino hit it, and it really travelled.
Yeah, it wasn't too far away. Hits it really well. Really good work from Burnley. Serious lack of concentration defensively from Liverpool. Nearly made them pay. All ricocheting between two Burnley players before Florentino with that Everton goal.
Hasn't scored for Burnley as yet.
It didn't look like his natural instincts to run onto a shot left-footed from 20 yards or so, but I don't think it was too bad a strike, just couldn't get over it.
His last goal coming for his former club Benfica earlier this season before signing for Burnley. Of course, he's on a season-long loan from the Portuguese club. He's a League and League Cup runner-up with them last season.
And he's done well, I think. I think he's competitive in the middle of the pitch. I think he makes a lot of tackles, a lot of interceptions for his team. I think there'll be a number of, certainly Premier League clubs, maybe others, that have noticed the performance he's put in this year for Burnley.
Getting his chance regularly alongside Chukwu now after the nasty injury for Josh Cullen. Anterior cruciate knee ligament injury picked up in the game against Everton. Soboslai. Ekitike dealt with by Humphreys. Florentino just getting there before Ekitike, crucially so. Mando Broya to win the race with Konate, and he just made enough contact for Andy Madley to award Liverpool a free kick.
Yeah, defenders always seem to get those ones as they're coming together between striker or defender. If the defender feels the contact and is happy to go to ground from it, generally referees just give them the benefit of the doubt. Not always free kicks, in my opinion. That was a generous one.
Soboslai into the stride of Gakpo, and Esteve just shepherded it home.
Yeah, good talking from Dubravka. Liverpool got in that position. And they're getting into those positions quite comfortably, Liverpool. It's not getting enough return in regards to Everton goals.
Tigerish work there from Curtis Jones to steady the Liverpool ship. Frimpong and Gravenberch together. Liverpool roared on by the Anfield crowd. Jones finds Frimpong. It's likewise. Beautifully made. Just fell to Maxime Esteve instead of anyone in a red shirt. Still alive for Liverpool though. Turned behind by Bashir Humphreys off Florian Wirtz.
Yeah, nice little bits of passing from Liverpool. You can see the creative thinking from the likes of Wirtz and Gakpo and Szoboszlai. I just feel like it's far too intricate. There's a lot of bodies in real tight areas. They're always trying to be really precise. And again, nothing really leading to an effort on goal, which I do feel has been an Achilles heel of Liverpool this season under Arne Slot. Always show the trouble in the opposition's goalkeeper, making them make enough saves.
Well, he admits that they haven't put themselves in the most ideal position in terms of trying to qualify for Europe. So we're really competing with teams for the fourth position. We know how important it is for this club to qualify for the Champions League. It didn't happen a few years ago. He said it had a big impact financially on the club. Here's Ekitike. Dubravka puts up the shutters for Burnley.
I could say it's a really good piece of play from Liverpool. Good ball from Wirtz, good intent again. Ekitike, he's the one, isn't he? He gets the ball, does want to get efforts on goal, does want to see if this time he's touching the ball can be the moment he gets on the score sheet.
On for Virgil van Dijk. Kanate getting involved as well now. Jones trying to take it in his stride with Florentino right at his back.
Yeah, risked it there. Florentino had a real reach around Curtis Jones in that left leg. Had to get that one correct.
Gravenberch, Soberslide. Kirkes. Gakpo saw a little gap, tried to drive through it. This is Frimpong, supported by Jones, looking for Gakpo, who maybe took it off the head of Hugo Ekitike.
I think the referee's given a foul for the contact from Ekitike, rather than that of Gakpo. When you get players in there, you see that just a little nudge from Ekitike on Kyle Walker. This is that chance of Ekitike moments ago, cutting inside, space opening up. He doesn't think twice than to try and get an effort at goal, and it's really well hit, just within a, well, I'd say, comfortable range for Dubravka to make the save.
His last 5 Premier League appearances have brought 5 goals. One of those players who can be so useful across the front line. Making waves through the middle.
Yeah, and you can see why he's effective across the front line. That opportunity came because he drifted all the way out to the left. He found the space, he received the pass, then facing the opposition's goal with a good head of steam. It is comfortable for him to be on that left-hand side. And you see there, though, it's just only the first shot on target from either team in the game. I think if you're Liverpool, on a slot, maybe even a Liverpool fan, you ought to have tested the goalkeeper more than that after 20.
This is Jones. Ball in towards Soberslide. Gravenberch.
To shoot instead of placing Mkhitaryan, it's so congested on the edge of the Udinese box. Also,
Happened too, like that. Look at Chuckwood. Anthony was there, it was neatly tidied up in the end by Curtis
I think that
Jones.
is great.
Yeah, he apologises, Alisson. As you mentioned, take one moment like that, one moment where you make a huge error when you've left yourselves exposed, and that does give the opposition only an opportunity to go ahead, but if they do, something then to defend. I feel they really want to be the team to score the opening goal.
Gakpo, eye of the needle stuff from Florian Wirtz. Kirkes, delightful ball, dealt with well by Maximus Dev. Gakpo again, Kirkes again. Gakpo looking for Wirtz, still has it somehow. Gravenberch took it on neatly, and the deflection might have helped him on another day.
Yeah, it's been pretty much a goal-scoring season for Ryan Gravenberch, so when the opportunity arises from this kind of distance, you don't feel there's any surprise at the moment. And he wants to take the shot on.
Yes, 4 for the campaign already. Everybody back in Burnley colours here. Most forward in red for Liverpool. Back post corner, tempted in and dealt with by Dubravka.
Yeah, really strong goalkeeping through bodies, making his decision early to punch it.
Szoboszlai asks a few questions. The ball that was always arcing towards Burnley's goal.
Oh, it's a brilliant ball. I mean, it's one of those balls that if nobody touches it, you probably expect to see it nestle in at the back of the goal. It must only be inches away. Just a little bit of loop, a lot of spin in that direction of the goal, hoping Ekitike can just get a touch on it.
Goalkeepers will tell you they have to wait for that final touch before really committing to a dive.
Yeah, goalkeeper literally has to just wait as long as possible. And in doing so, it's probably too far gone to be able to react to make a save. He's thankful to see it just go on the other side of the post for his preference.
Been a key signing for Burnley this season.
On Liverpool.
Facing James Trafford, of course, who swapped Burnley for Manchester City as the flag is up against Armando Broja. And on the fringes so far, as you would perhaps expect, being a visiting centre forward in a game such as this.
Yeah, it's never easy when you know your team are going to be without possession for the majority of the game. What you're able to do when you're running the line defensively, when the ball comes up to you, you have to be at your very best. You have to hold it, bring your team into play, bring your team up the pitch. It's a thankless task on days like today, unless you actually score a goal.
Up and away from Dubravka. Canate looked for it, ended up leaving it. Allison for Kirkes.
Pass.
Szoboszlai. Gravenberch takes it on. Just looks up to see so many Burnley shirts well positioned behind the ball.
There's nothing wrong with moving the ball like this for Liverpool. There we go.
Ekitike. To turn away from Estev. Wirtz. Curtis Jones. Taken off his toes. Kirkes. Opts for the high ball towards Frimpong. They found there was no way through.
I was just saying, there's nothing wrong with moving the ball and being patient for Liverpool. If when that moment comes, they're incisive, they play a good through ball, and that's what happened there with Canate. Lovely long ball into the penalty area for Ekitike, and that's where the attack was set up. Suddenly, bodies forward, ended up in that shot from Frimpong. Burnley with a lot of bodies back inside the 6-yard box.
Very much committed to their defensive shape. Trying desperately here to keep Liverpool at arm's length. Frimpong to Wirtz, who quite a few times now has looked for that return ball.
And he's been the one on the right-hand side who's been able to get behind and penetrate. I also mentioned at the start of the game that the attacking nature of both these fullbacks. It's Kirkes to Frimpong. One fullback to another. It's a reasonable strike into the ground from Frimpong, but the amount of bodies that Burnley have back is able to make sure that one doesn't find its way into the goal.
Well, he'd love a Premier League goal. He's scored in the FA Cup, the victory over Barnsley. He scored in the Community Shield at Wembley, the draw against Crystal Palace. They've had quite a week, haven't they, Crystal Palace, incidentally, with talk of players leaving and manager as well. Here's Broja. Canate. Wirtz. Ekitike now. Frimpong. Jadon Anthony looking to slow him down at least, and it wasn't the ball that Frimpong desired, perhaps, but Kirkes has rescued it. Jones and Gakpo. Florentino's challenge.
Penalty.
Penalty Liverpool.
Penalty.
The leg was dangled just
Penalty.
enough.
Good game so far. Liverpool won. So any penalty.
Well, one thing you will say is Andy Madley is in a perfect
My
position to
over
judge this.
0.5.
I did feel earlier that Florentino risked giving a penalty away when he reached all the way around Curtis Jones to try and make a tackle before, and it's the same kind of tackle on this occasion.
Penalty.
He doesn't quite know where the ball is, he's risking it, he's reaching out with that left foot. He certainly doesn't get anywhere near the ball. There is clear contact, knee on knee. I'm not
Penalty.
surprised there. Andy Madley has given that as a penalty kick. Unnecessary from Burnley's point of view. Gakpo coming away from goal, but once the play's been done skill-wise in the penalty area in that way and are brought down, clear contact, 9 times out of 10 that is a penalty kick.
And it is confirmed as a penalty via the
Mental porn.
VAR. Michael Salisbury and his assistant Dan Robertson. And it will be Dominic Szoboszlai
Don't miss this penalty.
to take on the responsibility. For the lead. The crossbar saves Burnley. Dominic Szoboszlai put plenty behind that, and it came back with interest.
And you will say he couldn't have hit it any better. And right behind it, keeper goes the right way, goes for height, goes for
Winning.
right in the top corner, trying to be as accurate as he possibly can.
Szoboszlai.
Just doesn't quite get it right. Big let off for Burnley.
Gakpo. It's Ekitike into the studs of Ugachukwu. It's Frimpong. If he can get there, which he can. Pires had to be a little careful. He decided to pull the tricks out of the bag. Burnley with a relieved spring in their step, perhaps.
Yeah, absolutely. And the lesson they'll have learned from that is
Liverpool just missed the
try not to
penalty.
drop back inside their penalty area unnecessarily. Try and only go as far as the 18-yard box.
Oh, Gakpo with a terrific hit. Plenty of venom behind that. Dubravka saw it off.
Yeah, you also know this is the exact thing Cody Gakpo's looking to do. 9 times out of 10, he's always looking to come on inside, come onto that right foot, gets away from Walker far too easily. I'm being honest, Florentino's not there to stop that shot, so able to hit it pretty well. Goalkeeper equal to it. There's the penalty again. Dubravka does okay, stands up as long as he can, goes the right way, maybe. I've just put it in the mind of Szoboszlai, had to go a little bit higher.
Well, before today, 21 penalties for club and country. He only missed one. Came in the colours of RB Leipzig. His first failure from the spot for Liverpool in regular play. Here's Ugachukwu trying to tuck it back for Anthony, who was seen off by Gakpo.
That's the penalty. Liverpool.
Now the break. Led by Szoboszlai, who got it stuck under his feet. Troyer for Anthony. Pires. Routine for Alisson in the Liverpool goal.
Maybe it's just a bit of attacking intent to Burnley as well. Missed penalty kick suddenly. They're trying to get forward themselves. As you mentioned, not really a trouble for Alisson, but first time we've really seen them get inside that Liverpool penalty area with good possession of the ball.
No moving.
Florian Wirtz.
Now what are we doing?
Kirkes. It's again. Instructing him as to where he'd like to play the ball. Here's might fancy this. And Dubravka is equal to it. Super stopped. Burnley bodies in the way once again to deny Ekitike.
Yeah, I think the previous efforts that have come in on goal have been quite comfortable for Dubravka to save, but this one really did have him stretched. He managed to get two hands on it from that left-hand side, but I think he'll want his defenders to allow Florian Wirtz to have many efforts from that distance again under no pressure.
Corner Liverpool.
Liverpool go short from the corner. To shake off Anthony. Showed him the ball, then just about whipped it away.
I think for the most part Burnley have defended from a good shape. I think Liverpool haven't known exactly what their build-up is looking like with regards to rotations and finding spaces. That Burnley have held them off quite comfortably. And on one or two occasions Liverpool have either got Wirtz on the ball or had good rotation on that right-hand side. I think that's when they've looked their best.
Gakpo. Trying to tease it into the middle. Wirtz takes a tumble. Fair bit of holding from both Wirtz and Pires, it would seem.
Yeah, not an awful lot in that, I don't think. Certainly two players holding on to each other, coming together, arm on the shoulder, but I don't think that's ever enough to bring him down.
And a lot of industry, just not enough inspiration as yet for Liverpool. Frimpong back for Ibrahima Konate. A lot of talk about the centre-half position at Liverpool, of course, with Konate's contract up in the summer. Mark Gay on the move this week, it would seem. And many thought he might be destined to arrive here at Anfield.
I don't think there's any secret that Liverpool are in the market for a centre-half. As you say, I think their targets may now be different than what people may have expected.
Frimpong, fair few to aim at in the middle. Birch made it his temporarily. Nicely done by Van Dijk and then Curtis Jones. Half time on the horizon here. Just over 5 minutes or so to play. Birch and Soboslai. Wirtz for Jones. Kirkes, if he can get there, the stretch was clumsy to say the least.
Yellow card.
Yeah, I think that's all you'd say about it. I think it was a stretch, really. I think when he went over his shoulder, he maybe thought he'd be able to get a shot away, and at the last moment realised it was more of a tackle. I don't think there's anything nasty in that. Slightly late to the ball.
Liverpool 0, Burnley 0.
Seemingly trying to pull out of it as he made the tackle, but yellow card is confirmed.
I don't think Burnley will be too upset with them being awarded the free kick either. I think they've been on the back foot for a number of minutes now and wouldn't mind an opportunity just to get up the pitch a little bit.
Forward by Steph. "12 league games without victory for Burnley. Last time they went 13 games without a win in the top division was between August and October rather, of 1970. It was a 14-game run. Incidentally, the 13th game was a 2-0 defeat at Liverpool.
5 minutes left to half time.
Pires for Edwards. Pires once again. Trying to find a way past Wirtz. He's dug out a good cross towards Breuer, but met by Konate.
Dug out a very good cross. As you say, Konate was the first to react to it, being a good position. I think he'd prefer if his striker was the first to have reacted there, been alert for the potential of a ball coming in. Oh, you may have just had an opportunity to squeeze in front of Konate there.
Into the mix it goes. It kind of flicked off Breuer's head. It was trick for Alisson. Immediately gets Liverpool going. It's almost like saying the movement wasn't there for the pass.
Yeah, it's good defensive work from Edwards. But Liverpool, on that occasion, Szoboszlai just need to speed things up at times. That was one of the few occasions where Burnley weren't organised in their back five. Scrambling, a little bit of nerves, trying to get back in position, and at the moment you've really got to pounce.
Ekitike away from Tuanzebe. Trying to whip his options to Bravka. Trying to shuffle it away.
Florian Wirtz, 1-0 Liverpool.
Strikes like that.
1-0 Liverpool. Florian
It has
Wirtz
taken
just
a
scored.
fair old while, but Liverpool make their possessional dominance count.
Wow.
And Florian Wirtz
I think-
continues to flourish.
I think this is
It's a
Wirtz's
brilliant
first
finish
goal.
from a man that is really growing into this Liverpool jersey. But a lot of the thanks go to this man, Hugo Ekitike. Wonderful work down the left-hand side, bringing the ball down, good quality, good play getting back there. That's really good from Curtis Jones as well, just being in a
Why
position
did-
to
why did- why
keep
not
the
Benjamin
attack
first?
alive. And once it falls to Florian
Why not
Wirtz, it's
Benjamin
just
first?
pure quality. First touch with the outside of his foot, second foot, wonderful hit top corner, giving pretty much every Burnley player the eyes. Everyone thought he was going far post. He just whipped it to the top near post. Brilliant first touch, right into the perfect place to hit it.
That curve.
Even better second touch.
We are really starting to see the potential and the reason for the price tag.
Absolutely. Let's talk, and he's been the brightest on the pitch. He's and into some great positions. He's not been limited to one side of the football pitch. That's why you saw him pop up where he did for the goal. Frimpong has basically allowed that hold of that right-hand side, allowing him to drift. And now it's Liverpool seeing the benefits of it.
Kirkes with a header. Back in again. For Gakpo. Liverpool would love a second before the break. Walker. Chukwu trying to clear their lines. In steps Florentino. Bit of room here for Edwards.
That's a good point.
Breuer and Anthony up with him. He's got a fair few to beat here. Still going, and you can see what he was trying to do. Jadon Anthony hoping the ball would roll his way.
Acerta, Szoboszlai. Meli. Cantato.
Wirtz. Curtis Jones spotted the run of Ekitike.
Yeah, good run that from Ekitike. It's already stronger. Also showed it in the build-up to the goal. As I mentioned, Burnley have been quite stubborn with that defensive setup, and on one occasion where he disrupted it himself by getting in behind one of the back five, Kyle Walker, taking it past another one, and Tuanzebe. Suddenly Burnley were scrambling. Suddenly they're not as organised. That's when Florian Wirtz has able to be at his best.
We're into 2 added minutes at the end of the first half. It's just picking up those areas. Just so hard to marshal. Finding the space, finding the ball as a result. He's up for the fight too.
A little generous, I thought. Probably just wanted far too much time on the ball there. Liverpool quite hungry to win it back. A free kick right on the stroke of half time, despite Liverpool being the dominant force in the first half. And they do have the potential to change it.
From Walker. Waved by Van Dijk, some optimistic appeals for a penalty kick from the travelling Burnley fans. Walker here. Bashir Humphries takes it on. Whipped away by Gravenberch. Now the Liverpool bodies flood forward, and the numbers are well in their favour here. Soboslai, Gakpo. In the end, it's desperate defending by Maximus Dev to see off the danger.
Yeah, desperate indeed. Okay, from Burnley thinking maybe they can get back in level at half-time. Suddenly, nearly found themselves 2-0 down. Liverpool realising opportunity, no organisation from Burnley. But for a really strong and powerful interception. Sort knows that could have been 2.
And from Gakpo, have another go at finding those in the middle. Dubravka's after this. Burnley see it away, and that is half-time. In terms of time on the ball, it's well and truly been Liverpool's half. Dominic Szoboszlai wasting the chance from the spot to give Liverpool the lead. But there was absolutely no stopping Florian Wirtz's effort, arrowing into the top corner. A terrific strike from him. He continues to look very good in the Liverpool shirt after the last few weeks. And the home side look good for their lead at the break. It's Liverpool 1, Burnley 0.
From only 289,995 rand, or only 379.